Someone moving out of my apartment building just forgot their box of old games. Did they forget, or did they leave them there on purpose? No way, Lord of the Rings Conquest, you got Skyrim, ooh, Wrath of the Lich King? Oh, I miss the good old days, man. Oh, Mary Jane's face model looks to have undergone a fair change between Spider-Man 1 and 2. Yeah? Okay. Anyway, man, Peter got way younger and MJ got way older. It's impressive they changed both characters and made them both look significantly worse than before. How did they make her look significantly worse? I'm confused. I don't really play these games, but is this another situation of, oh, they made the hot girl uglier? Is that what they're doing here? I know that gaming can be pretty stupid in that regard, and I don't know, looks fine to me, but whatever, people are strange. We heard Baldur's Gate needed a chocolate factory. You what? Oh, god damn it. Alright, you know what? I might set aside some time and finally give this game a try. You know what you should set aside some time for and give a try? The new merch over at EmKayshop.com, using code BOOBIN at checkout for free shipping. Made Diagon Alley in Fallout 4. Ooh, damn, dude. What the? How do you even? I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. Overwatch 2 has become the most hated game of all time on Steam, with twice as many negative reviews than the runner-up 48 hours after its release. And you know what? The game itself is still pretty okay, you know? I've been playing Overwatch since the beta in, like, what was it, 2016? You know, I played it at PAX 2015, I'm pretty sure. The game was always very fun, but then they just absolutely started thrashing it. The game became so unfun, and I have to say, out of all the games I have played, they have one of, if not the worst fan base of all time. Like, not for the stories and fun stuff, but holy crap, never in my life have I been fucking abused as much by strangers. And that includes playing Call of Duty as a kid whose voice hadn't dropped yet, okay? I was treated better in those lobbies than I ever had in any casual-ass game of Overwatch. And Overwatch 2? Not a sequel. It should not be called Overwatch 2. That is a goddamn joke, and a hell of a microtransaction cash grab. Hell, the only reason so many of us were waiting on Overwatch 2, the only reason I was gonna play it again, was for a feature that got fucking canceled. Yeah, kinda saw this coming. It's a shame too, because I actually liked Overwatch, but it's just been bad decision after bad decision with the game. Yeah, Fortnite's really getting out of hand now. Oh, what'd they do now? No fucking way. There's no way, right? Hold on. Well, a quick Google. I don't know. I did not see this image pop up once. Whatever. I don't really care, man. What do you mean not even half of the players pet the dog 10 times in Hades? Oh, is that an achievement? Man, how hard is it to just sit there for 10 times? If you're going for completion, you can't be this lazy. Bowser out of pipe cleaners? How's that even possible? Oh, okay, I fundamentally misunderstood what that said. I genuinely did. I thought that Bowser had run out of pipe cleaners. I'm a fucking idiot. I thought it was Mario's job to clean pipes. I can finally stop pirating video games. I was never able to afford games. They were just very expensive, and my country doesn't have restrictions on pirating. After a lot of hard work, I'm finally in a position where I have disposable income, and I've been buying a lot of indie games, and I'm proud of the small collection that I have. I don't think I'll be purchasing or playing any AAA games, because the time to play games has gone down significantly, but it feels good to be contributing to people who matter. Wait, are you implying that the people that work on AAA games don't matter? Because that ain't the case, alright? The people that make those games are the valid ones. It's the suits that don't matter. I feel like it's a weird circle where I was pirating, or when I was pirating, excuse me, I had all the time in the world to play those games, and someone else was probably buying them, unable to play them. And, I get it. And now I'm supporting the games I cannot play. But some kids get to enjoy the game to the max, and the cycle moves on. 9 years ago, the PT demo was released by Hideo Kojima on PS4 to reveal the Silent Hills project. The full game was never to be released. Why did you have to remind me of that? It's been almost a decade since what would have been, I'm not kidding, this would have been the greatest horror game of all time. Or series of them, straight up. As you guys definitely know by now, I am a massive psychotic Silent Hill fan, as well as Resident Evil, but Silent Hill the last couple of years has really captured the hell out of my stupid brain, for sure, and it infuriates me that Konami had the balls to hire some of the best people in the industry and out of the industry, by the way. That's right, it was going to be more than just Kojima working on this shit. He was also going to have Guillermo del Toro and Junji Ito working on this. This was going to be the craziest game ever made, and we'll never get it back. Ever! Look, man, I'm sorry. When it comes to games, that is always going to be the biggest knife in my thigh. I swear to God, every time I see it, someone twists that knife a little more, and it genuinely upsets me that what would have been a psychotic masterpiece will never arrive, ever. And Konami does everything in its power to try and make PT unplayable so they can pretend it never existed. Well, they're doing a terrible goddamn job of that. Post Malone buys super rare One Ring Magic the Gathering card valued at $2 million. You know, I actually watched the video that the guy who pulled this card posted on Reddit. I've never seen a person shaking more in my life. The dude became a millionaire because he pulled a card. That's all there is to it. And Posty, the dude is using his money for the good shit. He is so loaded that he has the ability to purchase multi-million-dollar cards. It's just crazy. Also, I do love Post Malone. The guy seems so fucking nice and cool. And hey, for those of you that don't know, remember where he came from. Let's see if you can go back and find an old Sky Does Minecraft vlog and see if you can recognize anybody in it before they hit superstardom. Post Malone is a good dude. Glad he got it instead of some investment group or something. He actually plays. It was actually pulled by a regular guy who sold it to Posty. Kind of the best outcome. This way, some normal Joe gets a life-changing experience and money, for that matter, and we know the card will be somewhere it's actually cared for and valued by someone who loves the game. Yeah, I heard that he actually does play. Obviously, he plays. You should not just be collecting these damn things. Can you imagine if Post Malone rolled up to your damn Magic the Gathering, like, tourney or whatever they're called, and he's got his, like, $30 million card deck? I made my own game cases when I was 10 because I lost the actual ones. Aren't they a thing of pure beauty? Absolutely, dude. You know, I always hated going into GameStop or wherever and seeing used games with the stock art, you know what I'm talking about, you've seen it. I did enjoy, however, when they made their own art to be funny, because 9 times out of 10, it would actually make me buy that game. I loved that stupid crap. It was so cute. A PlayStation user living in Turkey bought a 27-year-old subscription for fear of a raise? Wait, what? Hold on, let's see what this is. A 27-year... I think I see what's going on here. Jeez, okay. Rockstar hates me for this one simple trick. Damn straight. Oh, isn't that cool? Actually, I've heard, for the love of God, don't get that new Red Dead Redemption port, okay? At the very least, wait until you can get it used for like 20, 30 bucks, pop it into your PS5 then or something. On the Switch, it seems to be a little more fair, but that price is almost what it released for brand new back in the day, with no goddamn improvements whatsoever, really. Aside from, it being in 4K, I guess, on the PS4 or 5, or I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid, man. Ugh. Backwards compatibility is never going to be what the PlayStation 3 dreamt it to be. This is why backwards compatibility matters a lot more than people realize. Yeah, it is incredibly important. I have at least been, what's the right word here? I've been excited to see that at the very least the trend seems to have always been that the previous gen will be supported on the current gen. I can pop my PS4 discs into my PS5, I can pop my Xbox One discs into my Series X, and honestly, they run great. And sometimes they'll even have enhancements. Hell, I played Fable 2 and 3 on my Series X from the 360 era, and they ran so good and looked so much better. I've said it before, I will say it for the rest of my life, the launch edition PlayStation 3 is probably the greatest console ever released. I get that it was expensive and really stupid, but it spun Blu-ray into the zeitgeist. It was fully backwards compatible with the entire library. Hardware, all the way, baby. Every PS2 game, every PS1 game, all of it. Amazing. It just sucks that that price point could not be kept up with by the common man, and I totally get why. But still, if we had been able to continue with 2 generations of backwards compatibility going forward, oh my actual god. Took me too long to realize who are the actors in Red Alert 3. Oh, I see what you're saying. Who they are. Gotcha. I'm stupid. Damn, what a cast though, right? A pretty damn impressive cast. One good things about the game coming to Switch is that Switch emulators run better than the Xbox 360 or PS3 emulators. Aha! Is it really? How the hell did I not know that? I mean, I guess it makes sense. I've looked into doing 360 emulation, Xbox One emulation, PS3 emulation, but the PS3 emulator sucks and the 360 emulators take 19 years to set up. I've been a big proponent of DuckStation and PCSX2 because of how insanely easy they are and how insanely impressive they run. I posted screenshots of my Silent Hill 1 journey going through on DuckStation, and oh my god, I own all the original hardware, I scan in my own games, that is legal by the way, I do that. I love playing it on the OG hardware, but sometimes I want those improvements, It's a port, a $50 port nonetheless. Funny, I play it on my PC for free. Yeah, I gotta figure that out, man. I want to play the first game so bad. Y'all will hate me. You'll hate me. I liked Red Dead 2 a lot, but I thought 1 was definitely far superior in a lot of ways in my mind. Of course, I say a lot of ways, and the moment someone says, well, like what? Of course I'd blank. It's just the experience I had with 1 felt a lot more free and like it mattered than in 2. In 2, I could go and hunt a legendary bear and sell the pelt for 20 fucking bucks, or I could just do one story mission and get paid $2,000. Which one am I more likely to do? Exactly, stuff like that. Meanwhile, in Red Dead 1, I killed 9,000 crows and made enough money to buy myself all of the damn guns I could want. Because unlike in 2, I don't believe that any of the guns are artificially locked for no reason near the beginning of the game. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on that rant. You can put the timer away. We're moving on, I promise. You entered the game industry so you could get rich. Your item has been successfully sold on the Steam Marketplace for 5 cents. Huh? My buddy said he was having a hard time in Elden Ring. Didn't realize just how bad he was taking it till I visited. Oh boy, here we go. Hit list. Oh man, only got 3 of them, huh? Please check in on your local RPG players if you haven't heard from them in a hole. In a hole what? Oh, right. I heard Diablo 4 got boring incredibly fast for most people. I've heard Baldur's Gate is insanely good. And that I have not pre-ordered Starfield. I'm gonna hold the line because it's a Bethesda title, remember? But I did hear the game just went gold, and that means preloading is going to begin very soon. My 18-year-old son said to me yesterday, can we just invent a time bubble machine so I can go play Baldur's Gate for a month and come back to reality? Oh, I hear you, dude. I hear ya. My analog sticks randomly get this shiny, semi-gooey, sticky stuff on them after about a week of being unused. Why? Oh god, that doesn't seem normal at all. I mean, my PlayStation controllers absolutely do not do that. Best guess would be sunlight changing temperature of the sticks and the expanding, contracting, or whatever seeps out body oils. Solution, play more. Or don't leave your stuff in direct sunlight because a lot of people forget, it destroys your crap. It absolutely ruins it. Man, just imagine. You already see yellowing plastic on old consoles like the SNES and stuff like that, right? Just imagine the people that left it where it would constantly get sunlight. Ugh. Neighbors call cops on a kid trying to mow and save for a PS5. The cops then pitch in and buy the kid a PS5. Yeah, come the hell on, man. I'm so tired of people calling the cops on others for no fucking reason. Oh wait, that kid's trying to earn some extra money? Get the cops down here. Hope they arrest him. This is fucking ridiculous. Good on them for doing something nice. Not the people that called the cops. You get it. Who else had this sick racing sim rig when they were a kid? Well, let's see here. I did not have that to my knowledge. I did have that stupid Tonka truck contraption you'd strap to your keyboard, though, to play those games. That was fun. We are not so different, you and I. Ugh, why are there silver dogs in my game? Right. Medium-sized indie game company with a big license. Most successful game company in the world creating their own game. I don't know what that game is at all, but I don't see what the problem is with stupid water texturing. Like, okay, I get it, but just come on, man. Not everything has to be a photorealistic God ray-filled whatever the hell to be a good time. Although, if this is what I think it is, this game right here, is this one of the Pokemon games that came out recently that was an absolute goddamn mess? Yeah, that's not okay at all, for sure. What real-life skill did you learn from a video game? I haven't learned much. As a kid, at about 9 or 10 years old, I loved the game Mercenaries. I loved to screw around in this game and blow up tons of cities with C4, hijack countless vehicles and helicopters from the North Koreans. But, incidentally, I learned how to read and navigate maps really well from this game. You'd have to go all over to different corners of the map to complete missions or capture different North Korean high-ranking officials. To this day, I credit this game with teaching me how to read and navigate maps. Honestly, that makes total sense to me. I played the crap out of Mercenaries when I was younger, although I didn't really learn anything from it personally because I'm dumb. English. Yeah, same here. Can't can't imagine how many people learned English from video games. By the way, Phantasy Star 4 was my main driver to learn English. Situational awareness. We're constantly worrying about the surrounding of our characters, so we do it ourselves. That one seems like it could backfire at certain points. It might just give you anxiety. Using GPS while driving. I see how my dad gets confused by GPS and cannot understand where his next turn is or loses orientation. I got so used to it from games that a tiny peek for a split second is enough to let me know when to turn and where, especially for roundabouts. It helps a ton. When you do it at 200 kilometers per hour in NFS or GTA, doing it at 50 becomes much easier. That is true, isn't it? It's just a game. No, it's never just a game. It's always, at the very least, a good story. Or at least a story that tried, you know? It tried. Because there are plenty of games out there where their story just ain't that good, but at least there's a lot of work and effort that goes into it. That's why, while I've seen plenty of bad movies, I also love to focus on the work and effort that was put in, especially in areas that I particularly enjoyed, all right? There's plenty of good to be had in an overall bad experience. It's just, I totally get not wanting to return to an overall bad experience. Homelander, Omni-Man, and Peacemaker will be guest characters in Mortal Kombat 1. Honestly, I saw that, and it's not my thing. That's cool, though. I hope you guys love it. This is such a wild picture. Square Enix asked me to cut up my mouse pad for a replacement. Why? You know, I've never understood that. Is it some sort of verification that you are indeed who you say you are, or like what? I don't fully understand the idea of send us a photo of you having, chopped this up or done this. Like, man, whatever. Draw me like one of your Alderaan girls. Oh my god, what the hell? The literal game changer. Oh boy, you can't stay in the dark forever. I never got that. I had a Game Boy Advance, so before the SP came out, I did have a little clear clamshell type thing that you could pop on the top in the port. That was my game changer. Hearthstone, €50 for 3 cards. This has to stop. Excuse me? People are still playing Hearthstone? Oh my god. Also 50? Dude, this is a Blizzard game, right? This is based off of World of Warcraft, isn't it? Wow, that is just next level pathetic, dude. Dear devs, stop giving me the best gear when there's nothing left to do with it, especially when there's no New Game Plus. Pokemon Legends Arceus, it is Arceus, isn't it? Cool. You can get literally God. Literally God? But to get it, you need to do every single quest, finish the game, do all the secrets, and catch every single Pokemon in the game. Yes, even the legendary ones. Now, you can give Arceus the plates you collected and make it any type you want. Me. And do what? P.S. I don't get the argument if there was no end reward, some people wouldn't finish the game. Cool. Then that means that either your game is not compelling enough, or that you shouldn't make this stupid change for people that are not compelled to play it in the first place. Also, there is no excuse for not having a New Game Plus. It's just an obviously good addition that adds so much value to the game. Pokemon, most of all, is the stupidest franchise ever for some of its decisions. You know, I have always been a huge fan of New Game Plus. I think most people are, you know? When Resident Evil 4 came out, being able to play through the game and then play through it again and again and again with all of your crap to continue getting harder achievements with a little bit of a, what's the term? Is it a handicap, I guess? I don't know. There's something about that. When RE4 Remake came out, I put 100 hours in the first 2 weeks into the game. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's a pretty decent chunk of time. I have since 100%ed that game. I played it through like 12 times in 2 weeks. Couldn't stop. However, when I beat Psychonauts 2, there was nothing to do, and it sucks. Or when I beat Atomic Heart, which now does have a New Game Plus, when I beat and 100%ed that game, there was nothing left for me to do at all. I've never really been a fan of a game that just spits you out into the world and says, congrats, now you can play. I understand there are games where that works, you know, like maybe a game like Skyrim, because it's fully open world and the game just going, cool, now you can go clean everything else up as a master. That part's cool. But, you know, there are so many games that are more linear in how they work that are so fun with New Game Plus. Hell, even Silent Hill 1 had a New Game Plus. That was awesome to do again and again and again. And it added the mechanic where every time you did your next save, it would increase your difficulty by 1 bump up. So it's pretty cool. This is fair. I think Fable did this right. You get the best sword in the game after defeating the final boss, but then there's a bonus campaign where you actually get to use it. Right. I never understood games that make you have God mode after hard work in the end. But then God mode is no fun because there's nothing left to do. I just never really liked more story-driven, slightly more linear games that don't let you just do it all over again, but take some stuff through. Hell, the original Resident Evil 4 4 had a flawless New Game Plus in my opinion. And it feels pretty simple. POV, my wife who doesn't like video games has played Baldur's Gate 3 for 9 hours straight today. A good game is a good game, and a lot of non-gamers will fall down that rabbit hole, okay? My mom was never really a gamer. She liked a few games from the 80s and 90s, and that was about it. And then I got her to try the hit PC game, Fate. I hope you guys have heard of or played Fate. It's a great little series, very simple, super addicting. You can beat it in a day if you wanted to. Granted, that's like an 8 to 10 hour day or something like that. But even she got into that one. God, I feel like such a dick. So I play Overcooked with my mom a lot, and we actually have done the first 2 games and are moving on to the DLC. Now, I have been known to kind of have an anger management problem towards games, but everyone I know says I'm not that bad. I tried to record a clip of Overcooked 2 for my YouTube channel, and that's when I noticed that every time my mom makes a tiny mistake, I yell at her at the top of my lungs. Once so I realized this, and felt like a giant dick. I asked my dad and he said I wasn't that harsh. I don't know, maybe it's just anger management. Honestly, I have to tell you, dude, it's fantastic that you were able to look at it and go, oh wow, I'm being a jerk. Sure, it may not really affect your mom, maybe she thinks it's kind of funny and your dad's saying it's not that harsh, but you yourself are taking a look at this and going, that's not right. I shouldn't be doing it. I shouldn't be taking it this seriously. That's a very, very good thing for you to be able to do. Because I have always had serious anger problems myself when playing games because I'm not good at games. I love them to death, but I'm really bad at them. It's never been a joke. I am horrible at games, just across the board. Thank God for accessibility options, by the way, because people like myself actually get the ability to enjoy them a little bit more with much less frustration, right? Hell, in Psychonauts 2, you can just turn on invincibility whenever you want. It doesn't affect achievements or anything like that. Sure, there are the people that earned it the hard way. I get it. But then there are people like me that I just don't want to be mad. I want to have a good time. And sometimes that means turning off an entire game mechanic. And you know what? It doesn't affect you or your experience in any way. But I am glad that you were able to take a look at that and go, that's not right. Go give her a hug and tell her you're sorry. If she endured playing Overcooked with you through your ragey moments, she must love you very much. That is also very true. EA trying to deceive players by decreasing the contrast of the image, left, to try to highlight the new feature, which is nothing more than a filter that increases the contrast and color vibrance. In the middle is a screenshot taken by a player. All right, let's take a look-see here. Previous. Okay. Absolutely impressive. I do have to say, probably the scummiest franchises in gaming are all the sports ones now. There have been some kick-ass sports games. Plenty made by EA, as far as I know. Some fantastic ones. But it seems like it is the most samey thing on Earth now, and they're all full-price garbage. Damn. Tanking in MMOs sure has gotten easier. Time to try out being a tank for a change. Everyone says tanking is easy, but it can't be that easy. Pull what you can handle, AoE spam, then basic combo, situational mitigation, make boss face away from enemies. It is that easy. Well, hold on a second. I've done tanking a couple of times in World of Warcraft back in the day, and that's kind of what it felt like, this bottom one. And I played World of Warcraft back in like 08, 07, 08, 09 or something, a lot. That was like one of my favorite games ever. I don't know, that's kind of what it felt like back then too, man. I don't know, it was the healers that were always the ones that actually had a really hard job. Hey, me, I just mostly sat back in DPS because that was the most brain-dead part of the whole journey. Welcome to multiplayer. Fuck off. What? You fuck off. Enemy team already so angry. That's your teammate. 67% say video game stories are better than film. 67% of who? We asked them which storyline was the most memorable. Finishing off at number 1 with The Last of Us, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, God of War 2018, Red Dead 2. I have to say, I know that you guys got mad at me for talking about Red Dead 2 earlier. Okay, I get it. However, that story is goddamn fantastic. The story, absolutely amazing. No doubt. Fucking great. All right? It was just some of the gameplay elements that left me not wanting to finish as much. Horizon Zero Dawn, Portal 2, Uncharted 4, Undertale, Hades, and Marvel's Spider-Man. Kind of impressive. I'd like to see the pool of people this was taken from, though. I'm curious. This is what gaming was supposed to be. Thank you, Larian Studios. Are there any in-game purchases? No, there are no in-game purchases in our game. We believe in providing a complete and immersive gaming experience without the need for additional purchases. Enjoy the game to its fullest without any additional costs or microtransactions. Thank you. Thank you. Look, I know that this game game took, 6-7 years and hundreds, if not thousands of people constantly working to make it happen. But look at how well it's paying off. I have heard about no other game. This has been the game that I have been hearing about for quite some time now since it released. It probably hasn't even been out for more than a month. When did it come out? I have no idea. All I know is that this game has apparently been utterly fantastic and doesn't have any of that stupid shit that interrupts and breaks our immersion time and time again. AAA game publishers, when a game is getting praised for being fun at launch and having a lot of content, why would they do that? Do they expect us to do that? How much money did Baldur's Gate 3 cost? That's one I'm really curious about. You got Rockstar allegedly spending $1 to $2 billion on GTA 6, and you know that game is going to have microtransactions for sure. Because spending that much money, I think that's the most expensive piece of media ever made in history if the budget does finish over like $1 billion for a single project. That's going to be insane. You know they're going to do everything to make that money back because why wouldn't they? They're a business, right? But how much did Baldur's Gate 3 cost? We never get the same, information about budgets and stuff with games like we do with movies. You can go on IMDb and see how much a movie cost versus what it's currently making, but with games, that's not usually an option. Found this old screenshot of Witcher 3 from 2020. One of the best games I have ever played. I did try. I really did try. It just didn't hook me like I was hoping it would. I find it funny that Sonic Team Studio still has a statue of Shadow with his gun. Oh, that's great, though. I really hope that in the third movie, he, picks one up for a second and someone immediately takes it away. Do you see that placement of it? That's not a decoration, that's a threat. Whoever sits at that desk has a constant reminder of exactly what'll happen if they don't meet their quota. Best main menus of all time. Oh, dude, I adore Black Ops. That was my Call of Duty. You can tell someone's age, I guess, by which Call of Duty they absolutely stuck with. Or not even age, but maybe their tastes or something like that. Because I was there all the way back at Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, right? But Call of Duty Black Ops was the one that I could not stop playing. My mind, when I realized you could break the restraints, yeah, and you could go play a game on the computer and you could also unlock that extra zombies mode from there. Was that where you did it? I thought. Anyway, my Overwatch 2 endorsement level dropped by 1 right after I mentioned Team Fortress 2 in chat. Ah, cool. What a fun goddamn game. Isn't that super neat? Titanfall 3 was in development for 10 months before it was canceled and turned into Apex Legends. And it looks like it paid off. I mean, Apex Legends is, well, I can't say remembered like it's not being played anymore, but that's a hell of a game. Found this in a customer's attic today. Escape from Monkey Island. Ah, LucasArts. And you know what the best part about this is? Do you want to have some more Monkey Island stuff going on? You can hop on Sea of Thieves and do that. I'm pretty sure that's still a part of Game Pass on Windows. At least I would hope it is, because that's a fantastic way to get to experience it or find out whether or not you like it. I adore Sea of Thieves, and I cannot wait to try out this Monkey... I know the Monkey Island thing's been out for the game for a little while now, but, there's only so much time in a day, dude. Video games are getting too real and personal lately. All right? Well, let's see just how real and personal. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Thou walkest alone on all these harsh nights. Thou hast sought no company. How do you know they haven't sought any company? That's not usually for lack of trying, pal. If you're a toxic player and you love trash talk after winning a game, instead try typing GG after a game. It stands for get good, and it will totally embarrass the enemy. If you really want to make them mad, say GGWP. It stands for get good, weak player. Yes, everyone should start doing this immediately. What's this photo? This is just a dude. Screw console wars. I agree. However, keep in mind that not everybody has the ability to go out and spend money on both of them. I own both of them, and you know what? That's because I have the ability to, but not everybody does. Some people really have to analyze and look at past libraries, who they've enjoyed more, and make the purchase based on what new things are being, promised. And I hate that they're promised because so many things just don't come to fruition, unfortunately. These two are absolute powerhouses, man. I love them both. However, I can say that as a Sony boy, I have actually gotten more use out of my Series X just for its, 360 compatibility. The ability to play, 600 360 games, most of which have at least minor improvements to the actual playability, so to speak. Not even to mention Game Pass, which is incredible, by the way. And this is not to to say the PS5 is bad, because it's awesome, all right? I just wish that maybe Sony did something more like Xbox, in that I could toss in a PS3 game, even if it's just being used as a license code, to then play a slightly enhanced version on the PS5. The PS3 library is huge, I've got a butt ton of them still, and I'd like to be able to play them on a better machine. Where's your Switch, coward? And the Steam Deck. Screw that, where's your Soulja Boy game console? I want to see the Soulja Boy game console. Game sales, okay. What the hell? 3 CDs in 1 game, what a bargain. You're getting this game, son. I guess that was how I was introduced to Final Fantasy. I guess that makes sense. More bang for your buck.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Finally, I can play Legend of Zelda the way it's meant to be played, as a giraffe simulator. One of the greatest multiplayer levels ever made. Blood Gulch and Halo. Yeah, I guessed it right. Oh, buddy. Truly a statement that honestly is only true because of nostalgia and not at all because it actually is a good map. Don't get angry. Admit it. You admit it. It's a terrible map. You got a sniper rifle. You own the game. You've been playing as Mad Boy 01 since 30th of the 6th, 2011.
Well, that's the thing. I'm no longer a boy. I'm a mad man.
That username is already taken.
Damn it. All right, back to the old one.
That username is already taken.
No. No!
My 79-year-old father exercises with Wii Fit almost every morning. Oh, wow, that is consistent. This grandpa's more of a gamer than me. Oh, free game. Put it in the cart.
You will never play this game.
Put it in the cart.
You hate this genre.
Oh, yeah. Now, put it in the cart. Only 8 games have ever been scored a perfect 10 by IGN and a perfect 40 by Famitsu. Damn, Zelda, stop. You're making me feel really bad because of the fact I've never played any of you. Help us improve Origin. Your feedback is valuable. Please take a moment to answer the questions below. Your responses will be kept confidential. How likely is it you would recommend Origin to a friend? You answered very unlikely. We'd love to know your reasons for the above score. Please transfer $6.99 to my bank account to get the extra DLC called My Opinion. Fallout 76 Easter egg found in Fallout 3. Oh, the developers were sending us a heartfelt message all along. Ugh, this puzzle is really hard. I might as well just look up a walkthrough. What up, Stink fans? It's your boy, Booty Lord. Today we're playing Butsiders. Get it? But first, make sure to... Yeah, I'm just gonna figure it out. Cyberpain 2077. See this EA, this is what I'd pay ridiculous DLC for. Product placement in gaming is wild. Quadruple action jizz. 100% clarity, because your count is low. I won the Indian Championship of Cosplay with my Alex Straza cosplay. Metavi 321. Please, I could easily make that if I had the time and money and skill and talent that you have. Last Fallout 76 player excited to finally have a new single-player Fallout game. Ooh. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Best Star Wars game ever released in my opinion. Playing online with up to 16 players was so unbelievably fun back in 2005. Still love playing this game with up to 64 players now through Steam. Yeah, let's bring back big team battle sandbox chaos games. Like, god damn it, Halo Infinite, you were so close! Pokemon 2022 versus Oblivion 2006. Oh, but guys, see, Oblivion's more meant to try and be more realistic. Pokemon's meant to be more cartoonish, so it's okay for them to be lazy with their textures. My Lara Croft Polygon cosplay. This is cool and creative, especially with the hair, but I can't help but just think, Shia LaBeouf. Point of view, it's 1997, and you're making the toughest choice of your life so far. For real though, someone tell me, was there an actual point, aside from aesthetics, to choosing one of these characters? Did they have some level of skill, others did not? Like, what was there? I need to know whether or not I was completely overthinking it when I was a child. Video games peaked in 2006 when in LEGO Star Wars, the original trilogy, they couldn't have the iconic dialogue of Darth Vader telling Luke Skywalker he's his father because LEGO games didn't have dialogue at the time. So they just had to have Vader point to a freaking photograph of Anakin and pregnant Padme. This has gotta end. Look, at least it's cosmetic. I'm giving him that. I think long gone are the days where when you buy a game, you get the game instead of 70% of a game. The era of 100GB games is upon us, and the average PC gamer is underprepared. Oh, trust me, as an Australian whose fastest average internet speed is about 20 megabytes a second, I am all too excited to wait for so long to download a game! People who pronounce it NES. People who pronounce it NES. It's been a while since I've surprised you with a spontaneous moan, hasn't it? I think I have a problem. Yes, a serious problem. You actually completed Fallout 76. 14 years of graphics improvements, all so we can properly digitize Keanu. Wow, we really have come far in graphics. That absolutely cannot be denied. PS1 versus PS5. I love how the teeth don't even match up with the gums on the PS5 version. They just grabbed a bunch of pointy triangles and copied and pasted. I meant the PS1 version, but you get my point. What's more important is I successfully distracted you from the faded mustache man in the middle of the image. Daniel Craig playing on the PSP while on break filming Casino Royale. A man who appreciates the vintage classics, especially the ones that have failed. A steampunkish Minecraft build I made. Now I say this with the utmost respect and admiration. Shut up, get the hell out of here, get a life. I love it. I could kiss you, but it's probably the first time you experience it and you might have some weird feelings as a result. I don't want it to seem that way. I'm obviously kidding. I wouldn't stop kissing you. Unless you're under 18, okay, then it's really a bit weird. You probably are. Oh, let's retract all that statement. The struggle of having a job. Please don't read. I work 10-hour shifts. Well, unfortunately for you, you're playing a game that's based on as much realism as possible. Now let me destroy your metal door with my invulnerable rock. Liara Zoni cosplay from Mass Effect by me, Raisin Cosplay. That's how you sound in my mind. Don't know why I chose that voice, but yep, apparently that's your voice now.
Howdy doody, pew pew.
Apparently the Series S can run out of VRAM. Surely that's just gotta be a unique fault to have, because there's no way you design a console system that is designed to play games that it can't play? The voice actors recreated the scene. No way. That's beautiful. I compiled most of the confirmed or rumored remakes currently in the works. It may seem like a remake-geddon is upon us. Confirmed remakes. Silent Hill 2, The Witcher, System Shock, Final Fantasy 8, 7, which one? What are those numbers? Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia, Gothic, Max Payne, Lollipop Chainsaw, Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Quest, Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. Rumored or high likelihood. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, Metal Gear, Paper Mario, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 5, P3, Furry Emblem, Final Fantasy Y, Final Fantasy Y Tactics, Pac-Man World 2, Pac-Man World 3, Metroid Prime Heroes, Metroid Prime Corruption. And the only one here that deserves the remake most of all, I'm not biased at all, the only remaster that we need. Yes, and give us a convoluted backstory as to the man flying around in his really logically incorrect space mobile. Bro, the only thing protecting you from the void of space is glass. I know. Meanwhile, in an alternate world where games released way earlier than they were meant to.
From Sega Saturn is Capcom's latest virtual entertainment visual novel, Resident Evil 7.
I have 2 blades. Yeah.
Fool, I have 4 guns! Well, I'm all out of ideas.
Yeah, me too.
So, how's your king?
Yeah, he's alright.
All new from Mega Drive. A party game you may not survive. Who dare among us take the plunge into Vault?
We traveled back in time, so
I'm
we
so
won't
sorry.
deal with this stuff!
I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. The strange
never
man
say
that
that
appeared
name.
out of that time capsule is yelling again.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because you didn't freaking cook it! Oh, damn. Look, this is kind of what's making me want to get the game. Screw your 10 out of 10, IGN. You should have said there was a Gordon Ramsay sort of style to it.
It's the race that stops the nation. But now it's you that can have a ball in Rocket League.
Opening a new game used to be so exciting. Now it's kind of sad. Bring back the inserts. I always did love those kind of games where the inside box cover art was something that was like a subtle hint to what was going to happen in the game, or something that, like, upon looking back at it, you're like,
Oh, tricky.
remember when Satoru Iwata? Either way, I'm gonna make someone mad in the comments. Remember when Sadie Iway cut his salary by 50% for 5 months due to the commercial failure of the Wii U instead of firing people? These companies should take note. On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I am a gamer. But you don't understand, how else are those CEOs going to afford their child's new yacht? If you play Resident Evil 4 in widescreen, you can see Leon's full model being used for the codec calls. There's something truly beautiful about knowing this man is just standing in front of some sort of cardboard. 90s ads making light of topics they'd never use today. Oh god. Oh no. That is... wow. Well, I'm not surprised I have this kind of humor if this was the ads in the 90s. I made a crossover of Star Wars and Princess Peach for May 4th. Here is Darth Peach. Okay, Peaches, chill. He made a viral song about you, you know, it's kind of cool. No need to make a new pair of boots out of him.
Peace was restored to the kingdom, and they lived happily ever after.
Holy Schmidt, we just sold 20 million copies! Make a sequel!
Wait, never mind.
I'm turning into an old man, early 40s, but as a child of the 80s, I still like my video games, and this is my setup tucked away in the home office. Mostly because the wife doesn't want it anywhere else. Ah, what a burden, having to make your office also your gaming lounge. Such a burden. How dare she give you that personal space. Grr. Ever wondered where the camera was? Now you know. Microsoft just bought Activision / Blizzard!
Wow, that's good? Or is that bad? I don't know how to feel about this.
Resident Evil 7 is inaccurate. This house has a basement. This is inaccurate. None of the houses in Louisiana have basements because there is too much water in the soil to build below ground. This is the kind of knowledge from gamers that I subscribe to. In 2020, I lost my job due to COVID. My TV exploded, and all I had to game was using a PS Vita share play with my PS4. Sold both of them the same year to make ends meet. Now I got my life together again and decided to do a comparison. This reminds me of the, hey guys, I just did some mining off camera yesterday. But in this case, this person actually did it legitimately. A player in Elden Ring named Let Me Solo Her has been soloing Millennia, one of the game's hardest bosses for players with nothing but a jar on his head and 2 katanas, and often without taking any damage. Recently, he's been worshipped and has had art and figures made in his honor. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but this person came about less than a month into the game too, right? I swear Elden Ring hadn't been released for a long time before this person just showed up. Pretty sure he got immortalized by the actual developers too, which is really cool. It should be illegal to market something as the full game and also clearly show you aren't getting the full game. Damn, wow. What even is that Ultimate Edition? At that point, you're just gonna call them out for literally, keeping stuff behind a paywall. It's like buying a house, but you're not allowed to be shocked when you go inside and find out there's nothing there. It's just the exterior walls they made. You have to pay extra if you want a bed and some plumbing. My Black Knight cosplay from Dark Souls, mainly made from EVA foam. Jesus, dude, how some studios absolutely fail to make decent costumes, and then there are people who just casually, yep, nah, easy. Adventurer, you need to take Karen's mom from point A to point B. Nope, she can't defend herself. If she dies, you restart. Her pathfinding is awful. If she is too far away from you, she dies. Her running speed is slower than your running. Just what I needed in my action game. Me working on improving my life. Me perfecting my character's gear and stats. Thank God I have more sense and less money to stop me from doing this again. Why? Man, you're the person who inspired these companies to make loot boxes and such. Selling things at full price even though they're just a slightly different tweak aesthetically of the same thing they already sold. 99 by 99 grid, 1500 mines, first success after probably 2 years of attempts. I can finally retire. That's impressive, but you'll never beat my score of never playing it, because if you never play, children, you can never fail. Cyberpunk 2077 has been added into the New York's Museum of Failure. Wow, look, I mean, I can understand No Man's Sky being there on release, but now, I think they deserve the right to be escorted out of the premises. Let's just see if Cyberpunk can follow suit. Wow, I have too much money! Damn it, what am I gonna do with all this money? It's literally falling out of my pockets. Won't somebody please take some of this money?
So anyway, that's how I imagine our target audience.
I think Switch cases are boring, so I carved my own case for Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, Jesus, bro. I fully support this effective way to make it feel more fancy to have this on your shelf. Shows you the teaser of the game. Waits for all of its audience to become 18 plus before releasing the game. That's called smart marketing tactics. Yeah. I have 2,706 copies of the Burger King Xbox 360 game, Sneak King. Okay. Why? Why? Why are you doing this to yourself? Okay, huge hot take coming up. Really controversial opinion. Just please remain calm as I read it. The new Gollum game looks bad. Thankfully, there's a new update to always give you a third option in every interaction, but some of them aren't the best. Imagine this game with today's AI. Oh, take me back to PewDiePie and Markiplier and them just playing through this game. Wow. Screw all those other remakes coming out. I want this one to return. Sent a picture of a Final Fantasy VII character to my mom, thinking she looked like her. She recreated the look and pretty much nailed it. That's beautiful. I want to buy the Xbox.
Which one? The Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X, Xbox Series S, or Xbox Series X?
Okay, I don't blame parents nowadays for getting very confused by this stupidity. In 7 years, we got GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA 4. And in 8 years, we've gotten GTA 5, GTA 5, GTA 5, and GTA 5. In GTA 5's defense, really compare that game to all these other ones, and I think I understand why this one's still going. Sometimes I forget just how good my childhood gaming experience was. Wow, you were living the high life.
I was lucky just to get a PlayStation 1 and Toy Story 2, the video game.
In all seriousness, that game absolutely rocked. This is getting out of hand. Yes, why is it such a common trope? It's getting as cliche as a love interest misinterpreting what someone says and they don't resolve it until the third act. It's been my dream to be a game dev forever, and today, at 20 years old, I deployed my first ever finished game to a local museum. Thousands of lines of code, 75% all mine, all done in under 3 weeks. Oh, it's all got all the bibs and bobs too. What I love about these sort of gamepads is no matter what your age, if you're walking past it, you are going to be tempted to just press all the buttons. I told her if she can beat the level, she can get a third kitten. Oh no, what have you done? They are not going to leave that spot. Our largest Minecraft map ever made, 2,000 by 2,000 blocks. Took 8 months to complete. How? Whoa, jeez! How do you come up with the concept of these things with the like what Minecraft offers? Come on, man.
Red Dead Redemption 2, or Blue Dude Bamboozle, or Yeller Feller Endeavor. Okay, that one's my favorite.
A friend of mine passed away recently. His parents used this as his urn. I hope he respawns into a better server next time. Oh, bro, don't do that. You can't, man. Stop it. I didn't give you permission to leave my body from that orifice. Get back up in that tear duct.
Flashlights IRL, flashlights in video games. Well, I honestly have nothing I can really say here. You're right. My new gaming space. Now I can get destroyed by 12-year-olds who have slept with my mom in comfort. God damn. It's so clean. Oh, please don't be that person that makes it disgusting in like a week and a half. Well, so damn, you really like God of War, don't you? Today I purchased a power glove. Up until this point, I've never seen this accessory up close, much less owned one. I've only seen one up close, and knowing how awful they turned out, I'm fine with never owning one. Anyone got a mic? Is that a boy? Yeah, I'm a guy. Just want you to know, I think it's cool that you're a boy. I'm not a pervert or anything, but I want you to know that I support boys in gaming, and I want you to feel comfortable playing online. So you got a girlfriend? Oh, officially the coolest thing I own. Oh, I remember actually seeing this post live. A bunch of posts came right afterwards, absolutely ripping on the guy for no reason. Oh no, he put a cool watch face on his Fitbit. Chill out, gaming as an adult. Please don't raid, I work 10-hour shifts. Please. Well, it sucks to say, but now they're going to target you specifically forever. Pokemon Gen 1 and 2 were the pinnacle of the franchise. Mentally, I am here. Oh no, I can hear the music now. Switch hacker Gary Bowser, released from jail, will pay Nintendo 25 to 30% income for the rest of his life. Okay, no, that just seems really fucking weird. I'm sorry, it does. It really does seem weird. How much money did he actually cost Nintendo? Is it enough for punishment until the day he dies? Because it would have to be pretty crazy, dude, right? It's 1 a.m. Let's play until we lose. So an all-nighter? Oh, no, that's about right, let's be honest. My grandma has played Wii Fit every day for over 10 years. Okay, but that's awesome, though. That game is never allowed to shame her. Nearly 4,000 days. Today we say goodbye to Ash, Pikachu, and Team Rocket, as the very last episode of the mainline Pokemon anime has aired in Japan. Thanks for the memories, Ash. You know, I didn't stick with the show its entire run. I mean, I know it's had different variants and whatnot, right? But it was sad to see Ash go. It was kind of, for me at least, like seeing the series finale of Arthur. You know, there was just something about it. It's still a work in progress, but this is our his and hers setup so far. Jesus! Oh, gee, how come your mom lets you have 2 Xbox Ones? Actually, that's not all that cool, but the rest of it is pretty sick, not gonna lie. How old is this image, though? Xbox Ones as the centerpiece consoles? I see one PlayStation 4. I don't know, I really wish this were a higher res image. I want to pick this apart and look at how neat it is. You know? Brain, do some work. Body, go to the gym. Me, I shall consider both of your proposals while I play video games for the next 8 hours. This sub used to be so cool. My parents, late 70s, got me a PS5 controller for Christmas. I do not own a PlayStation 5. Well, now you'll have a spare controller for whenever you do. AAA Studios, our game provides difficult, in-depth choices. The choices? Save the puppy? Why would that even be a choice? It should be pet? Bye, Pokemon Go. It's been fun. Remote Raid Pass. Oh. Look, I played it for the first few weeks like everybody on Earth did. But after that, there wasn't much keeping me around. Been gaming with this dude for 15 years. Since Rainbow Six Vegas on 360. I have some good gaming memories with him. He tried but couldn't get one. Little did he know I was able to get him one. Looking forward to playing another generation with him. Hell yeah, dude. Oh man. I'm not like picking apart what you did. What you did was awesome. Super awesome, just saying. I hate that Sony and Xbox, not as much with Xbox, but mainly with Sony, are doing digital consoles. It's a really, 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 really horrible idea. I really wish games wouldn't force the camera here when I prefer it here, okay? I found my Skyrim receipt. Aw, man, that... You know how jealous I am of that, dude? Skyrim was the one midnight release I was actually able to go to. It will always be a formative memory. Lining up at a GameStop in Spokane, you know, with like 300 other people. Hell, I distinctly remember there was a guy there dressed as Link asking us if we were excited about the new Zelda game and he couldn't wait to play it. Game releases 4 days early. Buy standard edition to play late. This shouldn't be a thing. Yeah, that's probably the single dumbest pre-purchase or buy deluxe version thing I've ever heard. Look, I'll be honest with you. I bought the collector's edition on PS5 of RE4 Remake. And then I bought the deluxe edition on Steam because that's where I was going to play it. They didn't do collector's editions for PC, which is absolutely freaking stupid. But you know what? I probably wouldn't have bought either if one of the perks was play it early. Like, no, just release the damn game. After 50 plus hours over a period of 2 months, the Nerf whatever repaint has finally been completed. Oh my god. Holy crap, that is amazing. Good job, damn dude. Cheating before. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of that. That's interesting though, cool cheat codes. Cheating now. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Capcom, stop it. Knock it off. You know, I am glad that this was released a few weeks into it and it doesn't actually affect anything. It's a single player game, you know, what the hell ever. Sure, but it's still shady as hell. They didn't tell anybody they were going to do this, they just dropped it. And look, you enjoy a game however the hell you want to enjoy a game. Genuinely, I've 100%ed RE4 in about the first 2 weeks of its release, okay? This was still kind of sad to see. I just don't want people to deprive themselves of an incredible time. A new RPG to explore. Time to construct the perfect character. Behold, the what? Cool. What do you have for defense? I get it. Okay, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I found out today that my grandpa ordered a better gaming rig than myself and any of my friends. It's because your grandpa's ballin', dude. Why don't you do that? I've been playing this round of 2048 for over 4 years. Finally reached this random number that doesn't mean anything to me. I think I'm done. I don't know I know what the game is. I don't get it. I never did. I never will, dude. How the RE4 attaché case would scale in real life. I saw that photo, dude. Where was Leon really putting it all? Let's not think about that. I made another cyberpunk scene in Minecraft. How dare you have incredible talent? I hate you. Mainline Elder Scrolls games from 1996 to 2006. Oh, we got Daggerfall, Morrowind, and Oblivion. Mainline Elder Scrolls games from 2011 to 2023. Right, I love Skyrim to death. It's an incredible game, but come on. You know that little teaser they showed? That stupid, pointless little title reveal for Elder Scrolls 6? Why don't you look up how long ago that was, and then get even more mad? POV, you're in the back seat reading the game manual on a PS2 game you just purchased, and so excited to get home. I used to do that as well. Well, okay. Kinda. I did that with a PS3 game I had once because I didn't have a PlayStation 3 yet. I was saving up for that. The game came to me free. I don't understand games that let us fully customize our characters down to their genitals, but won't let us see them in action. Did you want to watch your character use their penis? Employees thanking loyal customers after second Sega store in Akihabara closes after 17 years. Dude, there were well, of course there weren't Sega stores over here, were there? Dude, I want more than anything, to be able to travel to Japan, go to Akihabara, and I know there's going to be a bunch of people that are like, don't, it's overrated, it's a tourist trap, no, you're stupid. No, I want to go see these places before they're all gone, dude. Bill Gates selling the first copy of Halo 3 at a Best Buy in 2007. And to think, he was ready to straight up decapitate the employees who created the Xbox. Yeah, he wasn't a nice man either, alright? Increasing poly count doesn't always make sense. That is correct. Right. Yeah. It took me an extra second, but it hit me. Don't worry. It hit me like a freight train, I promise. Set your brightness so the logo is barely visible. Yeah, no. Who does that? Oh man, I do. You want to know why? Because the developers know more about the game than I do. I know everyone's got a different monitor and a different setup, but honestly, I totally get it. I do. A lot of games are too dark, especially a game that is supposed to be as dark as Resident Evil 7. I mean, look at the scene in question. 1 light in the background and 3 candles. How bright do you think it would be? Also, the colors and everything are designed to be put at a certain brightness level. A lot of people were complaining about, why does the game look so washed out and weird? Because you've got the brightness cranked up. Come to bed, honey, but my friends' wives let them play until 10. Sex! Now! I hate it here. Back in my day, we needed separate accessories to make our controller shake. I never got any accessories for my controller. I didn't know what the hell they were. I wasn't good enough at games to really warrant anything like that. Minesweeper 99 by 99, 1500 mines. Took me about 2.5 hours to finish. Nerve-wracking. No one might care, but just wanted to share this. Holy crap! I had to keep myself from screaming. You, sir, are the king of gaming. Okay? I don't know anybody that can do this. I can't. Just a reminder, if you're buying more than one PlayStation or Xbox for the purpose of reselling, you're a literal piece of... Yeah, you are. And nothing made me quite as happy as hearing that these poor bastards are losing so much money because no one's buying it, dude. I walked into Best Buy. For the first time since the PlayStation 5's launch, they had like 100 of them in stock, okay? Meanwhile, Dingleberry Jones here is still listing them all on Facebook at inflated prices without realizing that no, it's not gonna work. Not no mo. Upgraded wife's computer to RTX 4080 only to play The Sims 4. Well, let's be fair. It's The Sims 4. Isn't it pretty horridly optimized? I mean, it's probably fine now, you know, whatever. I bought a 3090, and aside from RE4, you know what I've been playing? RuneScape. $50, whatever you want, baby. Can you sit in the room with me while I play Silent Hill 2 so it's less scary? 1 has still been the scariest for me. 64 rare candies. Have you been up all night eating rare candies? You don't have enough badges to train me. Okay, this is just objectively untrue. You can't sleep more than 5 hours on a dirty mattress. You can. I wouldn't. The Silver Snipers are a CSGO team in Sweden where the youngest member is 62 and the oldest 81. They say playing Counter-Strike has helped give them a confidence boost and serve as a sort of mental gymnastics. Are they still around? Because I saw this a long time ago. I don't mean are they dead, I mean are they still together doing this? Red vs. Blue was ahead of its time. Yes, it was. It's one of the earliest examples of machinima on the internet, an art form that we really need to keep going, I must say. Are you a man or a woman? I'm a villain. What gender are you? Evil. Yeah, but what's in your pants? Doom. Also, of course, it was way ahead of its time. You see how friggin' popular it got? So my son just might be a sociopath. Walk backwards. B for backwards. Huh, you gotta nip this behavior in the bud, bro. Ubisoft. Yep, it's the poopy logo. I know we've seen that a billion times here. Reached my goal of helping 3,000 people beat the final boss of Elden Ring. 5,000 is my next goal. Love you all, my fellow tarnished. Wait, let me solo them? Damn. Okay. No way, dude. You're the guy. It's the guy. Ironically, Sega has revived my interest in Sonic by murdering him. Oh, hey, my friend Anjo's in that game. They play Tails. At least I'm pretty sure. Everybody seems to have had a wonderful time doing this. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm sorry, my children. There will be no food tonight. Somebody pirated a game I made in 1995. Yeah, it becomes, not a bad thing, we'll say, because I don't want to use other terminology and get us in trouble somehow. It's not a bad thing to pirate games that companies refuse to sell, especially if they're 20 plus years old. Okay? No, it's ridiculous. It is so freaking stupid. I understand that in certain cases, you know, like EA, they don't own licenses to a lot of the games anymore. Like their Lord of the Rings games. I don't know if they've re-upped that license recently, but they couldn't legally sell them anymore. So that's one thing. It's not them being dicks as far as I know, despite it being EA, you know? Showing a game you mastered for many years to someone you care about. Okay, now press space to jump. Did you do it? Activision at it again, plagiarizing someone else's work. Why am I not surprised? Oh, I know why. Hello, everyone. I'm Salen. I'm the original artist that the upcoming COD Vanguard Samoyed skin was plagiarized from. I only just found out at the time of the announcement that my work was plagiarized. Even though I'm also a COD player, I'm very disappointed to see my work being plagiarized by a big company like Activision in this way. I have reached out to Activision for an explanation and or compensation, and hopefully this situation will be settled soon. As an individual artist, I can only do so much, and I have to speak out about this to stop things like this from happening again in the future. Damn, that's just such an embarrassing thing. Being caught, a multi-billion-dollar company being caught letting or sometimes telling their artists to do shit like this. Boo. I kind of want to get a 4K TV. This TV works just fine though. Maybe when this one breaks. Alright. Okay, kids, this game is called Wii Sports. Time to see what all the fuss is about. Perfect timing, my guy. You're gonna have a fantastic time. Me goes to bed early so I can get up at 6 a.m. to start Cyberpunk 2077 before work. My 2-year-old daughter at 2 a.m. Wake the heck up, Daddy. We have to watch Peppa Pig for 2 hours because I had a nightmare. She saved you, dude. She pushed you out of the way of that bullet. I'm sure the game is just great now, but ooh, man, at that time? Oh, me after following a step-by-step guide to getting collectibles and end up with 199 out of 200? Dude, that exact same freaking thing happened to me with my initial run-through of getting all the Figments and Psychonauts, okay? Because there's no real guides out there for it. There's one dude that uploaded a shit ton of videos, or he's not talking, he's just showing you where they are. And I swear to God, there was at least one level where there's just one missing. One you can't get. Monster Energy goes after indie dev for using the word monster. Weren't they also trying to go after some bigger guys too? I'm sorry, Monster, but you guys aren't nearly good enough in any way, shape, or form to think that you own the word monster. Horizon's Aloy, it is Aloy, right, stars on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine for breaking gender stereotypes in video games. What? Hold on, when did this happen? Vanity Fair Aloy. Oh, so that happened a long time ago. February of 2022. I did not know that. That's kind of cool, though. Yeah, really broke stereotypes there, man. I guess. But yeah, there's Samus right there. What the hell? That was like when I think Jennifer Lawrence, wasn't she the one that starred in Hunger Games, said that there had never been a woman starring in an action film like that before? When there were quite a few, not nearly enough, I'd say, but there were quite a few. Like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, Ripley from Alien and Aliens? What stereotype exactly was being broken here, I wonder? I'm just super curious about this. I do need to play these games, by the way. I have not been able to get to them. They're too big, and I still haven't hit 99 fishing, okay? I am trying my best. 3 hours later. Thanks for watching my stream, everyone. Viewers 0. Well, every big streamer, or I guess I'll say a lot of streamers. Well, I'm not gonna try and get too freaky with this because, of course, there are always things that prove me wrong. But a lot of streamers that don't get crap tons of viewers will tell you sometimes it's better if you just hide the view count and talk to the people that are there. I've done that. It does help. It does. Plus, you should never go into doing something like this expecting a billion people to instantaneously love you and find you and know who you are. Well, I guess you wouldn't expect them to know who you are, but you know, you're just starting, dude. Come on, you can't instantly win. Oh my god, I finally did it. Did you see me, devs? Are you proud of me? At the studio, someone beat the game without any upgrades. Why? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, the thank you implies something that I'm not trying to get across. Wrong word came out. They would ask that, but then the smart person in the group would immediately be able to go, I don't know, because it sounded like fun? What does it matter, Todd? You have to know people are going to play the game in ways that you did not see coming, so they can keep playing it as long as they possibly can because they love it that much. Look at speedrunners, for crying out loud. You could say that about speedrunners. Oh, I beat Okami in 4 minutes. But why? Because I can. Nintendo Cinematic Universe, anyone? Whoa, just slow down a minute, alright? The Super Mario Bros. Movie was awesome, but for something like, say, Zelda, dude, that has to actually be a very, very good movie. Mario Bros. Was able to hang on a lot of references and tugging at our heartstrings with the music, but Zelda has to be able to do those things and be as good a story as the games, because Mario Bros. Has never been known for being spectacular story-wise, you know what I mean? Not that they're bad, but you know what I mean. This is Jerry. He's the one who pioneered the cartridge for video game consoles. He's the guy who made sure we became gamers. Thanks, Jerry. That is indeed true. For those of you that want to learn something today, Jerry Lawson, he was indeed the engineer who created the video game cartridge in 1976. Oh, man. And he's still around. I believe he's in his 80s. So, an interesting piece of history that a lot of people just never knew. Can run League of Legends. Can't run League of Legends. Conclusion, the Switch wins. Good lord, what is it, Doctor? This man has handgun ammo in his torso! And what appears to be a bag of coins? And some sort of magic gem? Oh, I need 10 of those to upgrade my sword. You're what? That's how Leon was storing everything. Trilogy then. Trilogy now. Yeah, it really suffered from Skyrim syndrome in its own way, hasn't it? Except we do know something is being done with GTA 6. We don't know jack about Elder Scrolls 6, do we? As a teen in the 80s, my conservative, God-fearing family wouldn't let me own Dungeons & Dragons. 30 years later, my son and I are starting our D&D journey, and you're gonna have a great time. You better not be a mean DM, okay? Don't teach him any lessons, let him have fun. To all you DMs out there that like to be mean, you act actively make the game not fun. My best man and best friend gave us this as a wedding gift. Okay, that's sick as hell though. I love it. Both photos are me, 2 years and 220 pounds lighter. Luigi time! God damn, son! I mean, you go. What else can I say? I just moved into my new apartment and I finally got my gaming setup ready to go. Hell yeah, dude. My God. See what we got down there. All the classic consoles on the floor. Hopefully that changes at some point. But for now, the fact that it's all ready to go, that's all I need, man. Thank you, devs. I needed that. Touch grass. Spring is about new beginnings and perspectives. We've added the ability to touch grass. Crazy tower I built in Fallout 4. You're insane, but in a good way. Buying a Nintendo game in 2011 for $50. Waiting 10 years until it costs $60. In my experience, the only times these games have been $50 is if you go to Walmart. You walk into Target, they're $60 anyway. My Nintendog every day since 2006, waiting for me to come back and feed it. And they're still there. They're still there. Do you hear me? They're there, waiting for you.
Mom, can I get Starfield? Mom, we have Starfield at home. Starfield at home? Well, didn't No Man's Sky, is arguably better than Starfield right now? I've never played The Outer Worlds, so I can't give an opinion on that one. But No Man's Sky really redeemed itself. I would say it's better than Starfield right now, but I have seen the Starfield burger ship, so it is a contender. Mortal Kombat 1 PS5 versus Switch. That's just hardware capabilities, man, but wow, the PS5's looks incredible. I don't like the way Johnny Cage looks at me on the Switch version. PS5, fuck you. Switch, fuck me? No, I'm alright. Diablo 4 live event in Korea had little to no attendees. Oh no, that's rough. If you're a wrestling fan, you know the current meme right now is that AEW has one side of the arena that's always empty. This is even worse. and the thing with AEW isn't even necessarily true. This is real. This is real life. That's why the camera angle is just hitting the people behind the glass barricade. I bought this on launch, completed the main story, which was fun enough, and haven't touched it since. Nothing makes me want to continue playing it. I tried it I didn't even finish the main story. I got to I want to say level 30 on I don't even remember what class I was. I think I was a necromancer or something. But it just wasn't rewarding enough to continue. I completely agree. Nothing makes me want to continue playing it. I was able to finesse a little refund on that bad boy, but dude, it was not a $70 purchase I would ever make again. If you play too well, Madden will pause the game to let your opponent give up. Impressive performance. Good job absolutely dunking on your enemy so far. Seems like you're above the skill range we estimated you to be in. Are you on performance-enhancing gamer drugs? Just give your opponent a moment to consider an early concede. That's an ego boost. It makes me feel good about myself for that match, and then I get absolutely slaughtered in the next one. In less than a week, Starfield has more than 600 mods, 2.2 million mod downloads, and nearly 100 mods uploaded daily on Nexus Mods. That's actually insane. What do those mods look like? Do we have a picture of that? Oh, we do. The big Todd Howard. It just works, dude. It just works. Yeah, but what are the numbers once you remove all the NSFW mods? Probably 10 max. All my mods have ball physics and shaft jiggle physics, so yeah, once you remove those, there's nothing. There's nothing left. One of them should have changed their name. Still confuses me to this day. Well, they got the Outer Wilds or the Outer Worlds. One's wild, one's world. It's a very easy distinction. Also, Outer Wilds rocks. So, I mean, there's that as well. There's that to think about, you know? Nintendo's biggest flop ever. The Wii, it only did 13 million. Is that units total or sale, profit? If that's 13 million, I gotta look this up. How many units did the Wii U sell? Only no, dude. That's insane. That's units. 13 million units were sold of the Wii U compared to 102 million Wii's. I'm impressed that they took what they learned from the Wii U and then made the Switch, though. I think that's very good. That's a success story to take away from that. Shows that even when you fail, there's something to learn from it. Back in my day, you either got the job or didn't. Burnout, handbrake. I don't understand. Is this like all the things you gotta do? That is a grocery list of achievements or tasks. Holy shit, is that Driver? The one and only Dark Souls for PS1. It's the Dark Souls of driving games. Can I emulate this? Sorry, am I not supposed to, can I legally buy this and then emulate this? I might stream this game. This looks ridiculous. I might stream Driver. This looks like a horrible experience and I'm down for it. I'm for it. I'm in it. That first mission was near impossible as a kid. Damn, didn't know how so many people had nightmares of this even as an adult. Literally don't think I've seen anything beyond this parking garage. Wait, that's just the training mission? Oh, dude, I gotta try it. I gotta get my hands on it now. So my brother-in-law runs the control room at City Field. This is how they pass the time during a rain delay. Yes! Who's winning? It's a 4-player race. And the crowd's going even crazier for the Mario Kart than they are for the actual game. Guarantee it. Payday 3's launch has gone so badly that Starbreeze says it's now looking at the possibility of some sort of offline mode. That should have been there to start with, though. There should have already been an offline mode. And I didn't play too much of Payday 2, but I liked what I did play. I haven't bought Payday 3 because of how bad this launch has been, just looking on Twitter and seeing what people are saying. If they're not adding an offline mode yet, I'm not buying this game. with all of the things that go wrong with it, man. No way. I feel like offline mode should be standard for a lot of games. There's no honestly, all games, probably. You know what I'm saying? I think there's an exception for games that are exclusively like massively multiplayer, but if something like Payday should have a, standard is offline mode. Hideo Kojima announces that Death Stranding is coming to iPhone. I heard about this. This is really, really, really weird to me, and I don't know quite where to place it. I don't want to bake my phone until it's fork tender just to just to play a Hideo Kojima game. And I love Kojima, but it's just not worth it to me. You know what I mean? Just burn my hands on the back of my phone, but I'm gaming on my iPhone. Gathered my friends for this, The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings cosplay. I'm not familiar with the Witcher franchise, but those are some darn good cosplays. I like this smug dude leaning up against the wall. That guy, I appreciate his swagger. I like that guy quite a bit. Studio behind Slay the Spire announced they will change course on a 2+ year game project and completely migrate away from using the Unity engine after Unity's price changes. Oh, I didn't think I would ever get to talk about this somewhere. Okay, this is the craziest thing, the craziest series of events I have ever seen in my entire life. There's plenty of really, really good videos that talk about everything that happened with Unity. I think Upper Echelon Gamers and Critical did some really good pieces on it. But the TLDR was they were proposing a change that after 200K downloads or $200,000 in sales, developers would owe Unity 20 cents per install of a game. And that per install would supposedly count pirated copies, downloading, uninstalling, re-downloading, or if you downloaded it on multiple consoles. I believe there was also something about it being that it would be in effect retroactively, but it's just a bunch of back and forth. This was crazy discourse to see online, and every developer that I follow on Twitter was just, hey, we don't like Unity no more. They were Andy saying, I don't want to play with you anymore, and dropping Unity into the trash can. And now the CEO of Unity is retired, right? He stepped down, and I don't think the people who took his place are much better. I think the Iron Source guys are probably going to be next in line. Very, very concerning. I kind of just went on a whole tangent and didn't even read the post, but I think just in bold at the bottom there, it reflects a lot of the developers' mindsets. We have never made a public statement before. This is how badly you f***ed up. So very true. So very completely true. I don't mean to alarm anyone, but these are actual PS2 graphics. Oh my God, PlayStation 2 WCW 2000. Oh, Goldberg looks like he was ripped right from the ring, dude. What's up with the scientists in the top right corner? What are they examining there? Are they doing studies on a PS2? In the year 2000, my parents didn't want me to play Tenchu 2 because the blood and gore is so realistic. It looks just like a real crime scene. That's what Batman saw when his parents were murdered. Do you want that to be you, man? I don't think so. What's the pettiest reason you disliked a game? Like the title says, I'm curious about seemingly petty things that ruin games for you. I'm personally interested because I, for instance, can be very picky about the artistic style of the game. That's why I can't get into Pathfinder, for example. I just like a more realistic look. What about you? I bought into the early access of a game that billed itself as a semi-open world zombie shooter with base building mechanics and a deep crafting system. It later decided to pivot into something completely different, and I've yet to touch it since, as I feel they took my money and instead of fixing the issues people had with it, just made a different game instead. The little known game was called Fortnite. Dude, I liked their Save the World mode as well. You can still play it, but it doesn't get any love or attention, man. It's just not the same. I wish they gave it some more work. I remember seeing concept art and it being like, honestly, pretty scary looking. It looked dope. Apex Legends. Because of its success, we won't get Titanfall 3. I will never forgive, nor will I ever forget. I hated the voice actor's voice and there was no way to change it. I sincerely wish the characters in Forspoken would stop Forspeaking. Never played Forspoken. Is that the game people were dunking on for its writing? Yep. Yeah, I recognize this cover. That was the game people were dunking on for the Marvel movie writing. Is this an ATLA reference? My cabbages, my beautiful cabbages. Seems like it. Seems like it to me. Only one cabbage salesman I recognize. Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 arrives on September 21st, 2023. That's 5 days ahead of Phantom Liberty. Enough time to replay the main story if you intend to restart from scratch. And I still haven't tried Cyberpunk. What does this update include? Redesigned skill trees and perks, revamped cyberware, okay. Vehicle combat and car chases, dope. New police system, okay. So they just completely overhauled the game. You love to see it. The current two games on my radar, one I've been playing so much is Core Keeper. And then I still haven't finished the demo of RoboCop Rogue City. I think both of those games are super dope. Oh, and Dead on Arrival. I wish listed that game. That looks super fun too. The modern review scale. Let's first take it back to the 80s, 90s, and early aughts, huh? 1 to 3 was either your shit sucked or was mediocre. 4, 5, 6, it was average. 6 to 7 was a good game, but once you got to 7, that's really good. 8 is great. In fact, 8, 9, and 10 are a possible game of the year, with 10 being incredible. However, the modern review scale, 1 through 7, sucks. 8 is average, 9 is good. Then, you got 9.5, 9.7, really, really good games. Only at 10.1. Is it a possible game of the year? When you let game directors make the games they want to make, they will more than often, what was that word salad that just came out of my mouth? They will more often than not end up amazing. Baldur's Gate 3 and Souls are prime examples of this. Or, if I saw something over there, I'd want to actually be able to go over and explore it, and I want to fight with a dragon in an epic arena. Things like this. It's very simple stuff, but Elden Ring allows a lot of these things to become a reality for me, creating something that's very close to my ideal game. And I think that's true. I think if you give game directors the reins to be able to create their vision, you're gonna get really, really cool stuff. Trust the creatives to create, you know what I mean? Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and Unreal Engine 5. I don't know what to think of this. Cool engine, but I don't care about this. I don't I don't understand what I'm looking at. Half-Life 2 RTX announced by Nvidia. Wow, that's crazy. But they just, does that even count as an RTX to me? This feels like they just rebuilt the game from the ground up. Not that the shading looks better, you know what I mean? Feels a little dishonest, but very cool nonetheless, In a rush this morning, were we? Yeah, sorry, I was late for my shift being the Riften guard, you know? Just I had to put on what I had there and got going. Skyrim. Tons of mods and only 90% are horny. The rest are extremely horny. Don't even ask about the Macho Man Randy Savage Dragon mod. That is excruciatingly horny. When you find and equip a lab coat while playing a charisma build, they asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. These said welcome aboard. Nice. There is nothing more weird than remembering the two vastly different things were made by the same company. Nintendo did these two. Sega did these two. I don't know what I'm looking at in the second one for Sega, but that is super dope and frightening. Namco made both of these. Capcom made both of these. And EA made both. It Takes Two, but you gotta pay $4.99 to see what the punchline is. Random guy invades the Gamescom stage to ask about GTA 6. Oh, dude. I feel so bad. Jeff Keighley has the patience of an absolute saint. Ever since the Bill Clinton kid, people have just stormed the stage wherever Jeff Keighley is present. God, man. I'm pretty sure in that moment too, didn't that kid who in this photo also said something about Bill Clinton? He was like, Bill Clinton wants to play GTA 6. And Jeff Keighley just, you can see it in his face there that he wants to just turn that guy into dust. Jeff needs better security. Jeff is the security. He's gotta start snapping. I'm enjoying Starfield, but it has one of the worst maps I've ever seen. This is the city map. What am I looking at? What is this? It's like a LiDAR map. Painting. I read a lot of fantasy novels. Video games. Oh, I didn't notice the so what's your hobby at the top. Well, now we know. Hey, nice. What do you play? Play? No. Collect. Throughout our 13-year-old sofa, found this under the cushions. Oh, a little video game. And it looks like it's pristine, man. You can still use it. Microsoft is looking to acquire Nintendo at some point. Mario Maker's future exists off of its HW. This is the crunchiest photo I think I've ever seen. I don't know quite what I'm looking at or why it relates to that. I think this is just whatever the thumbnail image was for the Reddit post. Considering how difficult it was for Microsoft to acquire Activision, I don't see a way for any regulator to approve any such deal. Not unless something catastrophic happens to Nintendo of Sega proportions. I don't see the Japanese government allowing it anyway. I don't think they'd be willing to give up Nintendo. I don't think anything like that would happen. Starfield is not a space simulator. It's Fallout in space. So don't go in expecting something like Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, or No Man's Sky. If you want to have that feeling of exploring the galaxy, uncovering hidden marvels across the stars, go play those games instead. This game is a more polished Fallout 4 set in space. That's it. If you enjoy Fallout and Elder Scrolls, then you'll likely enjoy Starfield, but if you don't, I wouldn't even bother. I think that's a fair description. It's a Bethesda RPG that just happens to be set in space. I think that's a fair description. That might, that should be its tagline. A guy with 19 YouTube subs executed perhaps the greatest GTA speedrun in history 6 weeks ago, and no one noticed. 6 minutes, 57 seconds. Is that his total time? Dang. There's no way you can finish that game in 6 minutes? Or is it 40? I'm confused at what I'm looking at there. I wonder how many other unknown accomplishments there are, especially in the old days. Recently, someone posted a VHS recording of a Waiver Race 64 speed record. That confused me to look at for a second. Oh my God, it's Wave Race. I said Wave Race. Dear Lord. I thought I got it right and it still confused me. A Wave Race 64 speed record they had unintentionally for 18 years. Basically, about 20 of the top records were one slot higher than they should have been. That's so dope to know you had a record that just to learn one day that you were holding a world record. That's so dope. Cleaning up my room and found this. The hype was real at the time. Ultimately was disappointed. Oh, let's go Spore! And a Roku remote. That's the best part. Starfield's pronoun removal mod has been banned by Nexus Mods. There was a pronoun removal mod? That's so stupid. Oh, that's so dumb. Like, I don't know why there's a need to make it's not even like I remember seeing the clip where it was like, you got a current day, so we're gonna current day. No, everything has pronouns, dummy. Stairfield. Endless, soulless Stairfield. Starfield's stealth mechanic feels kinda different. There's been like 30 Starfield posts. Stealth in Skyrim. I guess it was just my imagination. Stealth in Starfield. I've got his position! This far into the future and we're still using spreadsheets. Yeah, it's important. Is this also Starfield? Great. Studio behind EA's magical FPS game lays off half its staff after low sales. A lot of games have been like, a lot of staff has been laid off in a lot of games and a lot of like game companies. This is not the first thing I've seen of that. I hope they all land on their feet, man. It sucks. Should have fired the marketing team. Never heard of it. I had to read the article to learn its name, Immortals of Avium. They didn't even bother putting it in the title. Starfield lets you put a suppressor on a minigun. For a silent, it makes sense, silent minigun. My Princess Zelda Tears of the Kingdom cosplay. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom, but again, a darn good cosplay. I love the intricacy, the details, the braiding of the, I'm assuming that's a wig to get the braiding to stay in place and look, you know, solid. It's awesome, good work. My 7-year-old says he's the best at video games. We'll see about that. Go ahead and try the Jungle Book, Aladdin, and Lion King video games. Take your swing at him, guy. Come on. This is FromSoft. We make games for people who like big weapons and big challenges. This is Larian. We make games for people who like to roleplay and roll dice. This is Blizzard. They make models for animations, and they're really good at it. I miss when Call of Duty made you feel like you were in a war and not fighting drug cartels like the recent games. No, it's all about movement. It's all about movement in Call of Duty. It's a movement game. Todd Howard asked on Bloomberg why they didn't optimize the game for PC. We did. You may need to upgrade your PC because honestly, the game, it just works. He really said, well, it works on my machine. My favorite example of this is when the director of that infamously dark Game of Thrones episode said it. It looked great on my high-end professional screens, therefore it's fine. No, make sure you go down a couple like degrees in how good the software or hardware is, see if it works on that too. Gotta do a quality check. Starfield 2023 has almost the same space travel mechanics as Star Wars KOTOR 2003 did. KOTOR? I don't know. There's gonna be someone who really likes Star Wars in the comments going, actually, it's pronounced this, Damien. How dare you? You know, I don't really, with the context that it's just a Bethesda RPG in space, I don't really care about the travel system. The Outer Worlds does the same thing, so does MechWarrior, so does Mass Effect. It's not really a bad system, to be honest. Oh, well then there you go, it's just a common system. I think this whole loading screen debacle is hilarious. Little do many people know that you can take photos in photo mode, and they show up as the loading screen. It has me cracking up every time. It's the first photo mode I'm actually actively using. That's pretty dope. I like the idea of your photos you take in photo mode being your loading screen thumb, like your loading screen splash images. It's dope. I don't know if I use splash image correctly. I apologize. I don't apologize. Starfield delivers the true Bethesda experience. He ain't got no torso, but he's there nonetheless.